Hi everyone, on today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, I'm going to go through the numbers behind having a $3 million plus home care business. Cheers! This is A Drink with the Hurricane, the home care sales and marketing talk show that discusses all things growing your home care business. All right, so just real quick, you see I have the easel here, so you know I'm going to write a lot of stuff on here. So make sure you have a notebook and a pen. I'm going to just lay it out here for you. And it's funny because right now we're actually filming this as I'm getting ready to go to my St. Louis boot camp. And there's stuff everywhere in our film studio. Otherwise, I'd be using the marker board. So I just wanted to share that with you. This is as real as it gets. There is mess everywhere. You don't see it, but I do, all right? And so $3 million. The reason why I like to use the $3 million milestone is because no matter where you are in the United States, you can generate $3 million a year. Now, it all comes down to the ability to get target customers. And in another Drink with the Hurricane, I'm going to tell you who our target customer is from a private duty standpoint. But you want to know, like, how many people, how can I do $3 million? I'm in the middle of Indianapolis, Indiana, or I'm in the middle of Las Vegas, Nevada. How can I get $3 million a year plus private pay home care, right? Here's how. So let's just start off with population numbers, because everything comes from the population. So let's use a very conservative, realistic number for a service area. If I was to buy into a franchise, most franchises will give me at least this number of population density for my service area. And that's 250,000 people. 250,000 people in your area. So this is your area. So any territory that has at least 250,000 people can easily do $3 million and beyond. So from here, how many potential customers do I have for a private duty home care? Well, we have to think how many people are seniors, 65 plus. U.S. Census says that depending on where you are in a country, it's safe to say that 15% of the population in every market is going to be age 65 plus. So 15% of 250,000 is about, we'll just go 40,000 people. From 40,000 people, because we're going to divide this further, 60% of the population are on Medicare, the other 40% are on Medicaid. Now, Medicaid, or Medi-Cal if you're in California, means that they are in a position where they're not private pay. They cannot afford services, so Medicaid takes care of it. So the other 60% can. Now, 60% of 40,000 people is about 25,000 people. So times 60% is now 25,000 people age 65 plus in your territory who are on Medicare. Now, going a little bit further, I'm going to draw this up here so to make sure you can see it. 25,000 people, 25,000. Now, what you want to do is how many of these 25,000 seniors in your territory will go to the hospital? This is a Medicare statistic. It's a fact that 1 in 3 seniors, 1 in 3 Medicare beneficiaries will end up going to the hospital each calendar year. So a third of all of these people, we'll just go for easy math here and say that's times 33% is 8,000 people, right? So now, here's the kick. Who are the people who are going to need help beyond what Medicare covers? Who are the people that should be paying for services beyond that Medicare benefit? And this is a little bit tricky. In another episode, I'll talk about the exact target customer, but in all essence, it's people with the greatest need, which a Medicare statistic, 20% of the population who are Medicare beneficiaries suffer from 5 or more chronic conditions, which means this is the sickest of the sick, the weakest of the weak, the people who need rehab, the people who have constantly in and out of the hospital, readmissions, and several admissions over and over again. They max out their benefit and everything else. Medicare spends more money on this 20% of the population than all the other percentage of the population combined. It's almost 80% of all Medicare spending is on this 20% of the population. That's our target customers. So 20% of 8,000 people is 1,800 people. This is your target audience. Now the good news, out of 1,800 people, there isn't a person watching this video right now anywhere in the United States with 250,000 people in your population, in your territory, who can handle 1,800 new clients in a year. That's the potential. If you were to just get 10% of the market, just 10%, this is going to give you 180 new clients, right? And 180 new clients, to just write that out there, with a financial lifetime revenue of people who are doing $3 million a year. This is all from Home Care Pulse. I don't have time to get into it now because I don't want this to be a 2-hour-long video, but you can look it up. Home Care Pulse clients or people who are doing $3 million a year in total revenue, their financial lifetime value of a client is close to $15,000, meaning for every client they sign on, that's $15,000 in revenue that's generated. I'll go on a little bit on the low side, but we'll say about $15,000 per client, 180 clients. This will give you more than $3 million. All right? You could do the math. 180 times $15,000 is significantly over $3 million. That's your numbers. This is home care math. Numbers don't lie. Follow me through this. I'll repeat this one more time for you because you're probably like, what? This is all chicken scratch. And I'm sorry, I apologize. This is the way that I write. Okay, my handwriting sucks, right? But 250,000 people. Now, if you have a 500,000 people, you have 1 million people, this number goes up significantly. 200,000 people, 15% are seniors. That's 40,000 seniors. 60% are on Medicare, which is what we're looking for. That's 25,000 of these 40,000 people. Out of that 25,000, 1 in 3 will end up going to the hospital. That's 8,000 people. From there, 20% of those people suffer from 5 or more chronic conditions, which is 1,800 people. This is the population you're looking for. If you can get 10% through your sales and marketing direct referral efforts to generate those recommendations, because you got to know who's in the hospital. This is why direct referral marketing is so vital to hitting this $3 million number. That will give you 180 new clients at $15,000 per client. It's a little bit less than that, but just for argument's sake, $15,000 per client. That gives you over $3 million a year in new revenue. That's how you do it, folks. If you want help with being able to do that, if you want help getting your 180 new clients, pick up the phone, give us a call, and let us help you blow away the competition.